Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
We begin tonight with breaking news. University of North Dakota interim president Ed Schaefer released a proposed budget today that calls for some sweeping cuts across campus. Thanks for joining us. The state has asked UND to cut $21 million out of its spending budget over the coming years. It's an effort to make up a $1 billion state budget shortfall caused by the sagging energy economy. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us where the budget axe is falling at UND.
We are facing an impact on this budget of more than $21 million.
Initially, it means cutting $12.6 million out of the 2015 through 2017 budget. The new proposed cuts are spread across programs and faculty all over UND. In part, the proposed budget calls for some departments cutting faculty, which may be achieved through retirements. Cuts are also planned for a few administrative positions, and the sign language and music therapy programs would also be cut. Athletics already announced they're cutting the baseball and golf programs.
So definitely we will be evaluating every recommendation and trying to make a final recommendation. But again, this is the start of how we deliver this budget.
And Schaefer says this initial budget does not mean that everything is carved into stone. For instance, he says in a year or two from now, they may find out they have enough money to keep a program they had planned to phase out.
These are the ones that we're suggesting, that we're recommending. We're looking now for the input. We're asking people to give us their thoughts or how they might redirect it or change it. Then final decisions will be made.
Schaefer will listen to comments regarding all this at a public forum from 1 to 3 p.m. Wednesday at UND's Memorial Union. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
And if you'd like to look at the budget details, we have it for you online. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on the story. Grand Forks police are looking for this man and are asking for your help. His name is Robert Murphy. He was last seen on March 3rd, and his family is concerned about his welfare. If you have any information about Murphy, you're asked to contact police. Several protesters are going door to door to bring attention to the church's decision to lift the suspension of Father Joseph Jayapal. The former Minnesota priest pleaded guilty to child sex crimes, is being reinstated, and that could mean he could be working with children again. He pleaded guilty to child sex crimes in 2015 and was sent back to his native country of India. One of his victims and a member of the group survivors network of those abused by priests is looking for others who were harmed by Jayapal. With his suspension lifted, Jayapal could return to ministry work in India, something that scares victims. Well, it looks like the cloudy and rainy weather will stick around for a little while longer. Here's Robert Hahn with a look at tonight's forecast. Robert?
Yeah, that rain will be with us as we head through the next 24 to 36 hours in some locations. Better chances the further south you go, the further north you go, we may end up seeing very little, if no rain at all. Temperatures right now a mix of some 40s and 50s, 43 Devils Lake and Langdon, 52 here in Fargo, 57 in the Fergus Falls area, 59 in Sisseton. Winds have been kind of gusty at times out of the north and the northeast, and they'll continue as we head through the next few hours, becoming lighter and more variable as we head through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. A lot of clouds out there right along the Canadian border, though. It breaks into clear skies as some drier air tries to make its way on south, and that dry air has pushed the rain well off towards the south, but more redeveloping from Jamestown over to Fargo and points off toward the east, and a lot of rain off toward the south that will continue to slide off towards the west-northwest and impacting again mainly the southern portions of the valley. Here in Fargo, we've got that chance for some showers, some redeveloping right now, and temperatures will continue to be in the 50s as we head through the rest of this evening. As we head through the rest of the week, how are things shaping up? We'll let you know coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Robert. After the recent rain in the area, Sheriff Bob Ross has decided to lift the burn ban that's in place for Grand Forks County. However, it is noted that if conditions change, another burning ban could be put in place. As a reminder, you're asked to contact your local fire department or the sheriff's office before burning so that they are aware. A Fargo man will serve over 5 years in prison for robbing a Gate City bank in Fargo. Jeremy Falline was also ordered to pay over $3,000 in restitution, as well as pay a $100 special assessment to the Crime Victims Fund. Prosecutors say in April of last year, Falline entered the Gate City Bank on South University Drive in Fargo and slid a note under note across the counter that stated no alarms, no dye packs, no GPS, cash, and demanded money from the bank teller. Pauline left the bank with over $7,000, but was later apprehended in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Immigration reform is one of the most heated topics on the campaign trail. President Obama issued an executive action on immigration that would grant a pathway to citizenship for low-risk undocumented immigrants. Texas's challenge to his action was heard at the Supreme Court this morning. And as Valley News Team's Alex Miller reports, for hundreds of people flooding the streets outside the Supreme Court today, 8 justices will pave a roadmap for their future one way or another.
The entire future of these families is going to be decided on one strike of a pen.
More than 4 million undocumented immigrants are waiting to find out if they'll get a path to citizenship. This case was added only after the Obama administration requested the High Court hear it before November's presidential election. The stories are endless. Painful memories, living in fear, like Diana Ramirez, who crossed the border from Mexico at 9 years old with her 3-year-old brother.
Everyone has the right to say their opinion, but until they live on my shoes, what I've gone through, then they can have a say on what I should be doing.
And while almost everyone outside the court agreed with Ramirez, there were a small group of conservative congressmen speaking out against the president's actions.
He has gone outside the bounds of his Article 2 authority and, quote, changed the law.
Though their words were drowned out by the chanting of supporters inside the court, the justices were closely divided on the subject. Conservative justices questioned the president's authority to even issue an executive action of this magnitude. The court is expected to make a ruling this summer. Reporting at the Supreme Court, I'm Alex Miller.
In the event of a 4-4 split, Obama's executive action will be blocked. A parking attempt turned into structural damage for the Dakota Boys and Girls Ranch in West Fargo. Police say it happened just before 11:30 this morning. The thrift store is located at 619 13th Avenue East in West Fargo. Police say the vehicle went over the curb and hit the side of the building. The impact knocked some of the brick off the side of the building, as you can see, causing significant damage. No citations were issued. The vehicle also suffered significant damage. The old line about there being only 2 seasons around here, winter and construction season, might look more like fact than fiction this week. Another major impediment to getting around in the FM area gets started Thursday, and it's a biggie. Digital signboards are warning you what is to come on 13th Avenue South. It's going to be rebuilt between 38th and 44th Streets. So that means the work will stretch from just east of Kohl's and Denny's all the way to West Acres. That is arguably one of the busiest pieces of real estate in the metro area, carrying some 30,000 vehicles every day. The $9 million project is aimed at cutting down on congestion and crashes by providing 6 lanes for traffic. But in the meantime, the going is liable to be slow. Engineers say 13th will remain open, but there will only be 1 lane in each direction. And you're going to have to put up with this inconvenience for a while. The work isn't scheduled to be completed until the end of October. And this next story was brought to our attention through the whistleblower hotline. Carl Ben Eielson Middle School's entrance to their tennis courts and track are now open to the public so they can use them. But we learned that this wasn't the case until we started looking into this matter.
If it's there and available, why not let everybody use it? There's no point in having something be built if you can't use it. That doesn't make any sense to me, especially if it was built with our taxpayer money.
And on Valley News Live at 6, you'll hear from Fargo Public Superintendent, who says something like this shouldn't be a problem again. And if you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline. That's 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. In today's Motivational Monday, changing up your workout routine at the gym can help build endurance and even strengthen muscles. The $6 million renovation at the YMCA for HO branch downtown is complete, and this week, members can enjoy the 3 new pools. The lap pool is good for swimmers looking for a new cardio activity, but water aerobic classes are also available. The resistance of the water is good for muscles and joints of all ages.
You need to ease into it. You need to listen to your body. If it hurts, back off a bit and gradually build up your endurance. The resistance of the water does definitely make your muscles work harder than movement on land, and sometimes you don't realize that in the beginning. It is a true workout.
This Saturday, the pool will be open to non-members as well.